Hello, welcome to Soulprint Insights. I am so excited to do this video today. Why? Because it is my 100th video on this channel. It started about a year ago, I think in the beginning of January of 2020. And while it grows slowly, I feel that the messages are being received, and so I'm very, very excited that this little fledgling kind of channel has made it to where we are now, passing along the insights and information that is sort of Soulprint Insights. So for those of you who have supported me, recommended me, give me thumbs up and comments, I'm so grateful, and I really, really do appreciate it. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, now I'm going to do kind of two things today. I'm going to repeat a channeled reading that I actually released, I think, in March, about, connecting with your angels, your guardian angels, etc., how we communicate with them, how we talk to them and receive messages from them. And once I have finished that sort of reading, the channeled reading, I'm then going to just direct channel to see if there is additional information that they would like to pass on. Because as the vibrations of the earth, lighten and increase and they raise, a couple things. One, people become sort of a little bit more spirit-centered. And so connecting with those beings, it somehow becomes a little bit more important, something people would really like to do, in their own ways. And secondly, as that vibration increases, the veil thins a little bit. And because of that, it simply makes it easier to connect with them. So I'm going to get started on the previously channeled information, and then we'll do some fresh channeling today and see what else they would like to contribute or add. So here we go. So the question was, how can we best communicate with and seek guidance from angels? Before I start, because I'll forget otherwise. All of the readings on this channel, they don't stale date because they're not sort of about like the current situation. They're just general insights, guidance, thoughts. So I really do encourage those of you who are new to the channel to go through the other videos that have been released on this channel, because you may very well find the answers to some of the questions you're asking. And it is, it's just helpful, to accumulate kind of that information. Also, there is a video that was put out a few months ago, and this one was a guided meditation where you could connect with and meet some of your guardian angels. So feel free to go through the Soulprint Insights sort of catalog of videos, because there's some really interesting stuff in there. And while I repeat some stuff, I try not to sort of do it consistently. I want to constantly be giving you more and newer, updated information, if you will, as the energies shift around the planet. Okay, here we go. So how can we best communicate with and seek guidance from angels? Each and every living thing has angels that are by its side. Their primary desire is to help and assist that divine energy to fulfill its mission. All life is made up of the same energy, be it animal or human. Divine energy is present in the earth, the water, the trees, every blade of grass, every flower. All of God's creations have by its side guardian angels whose purpose is to send energy and love in continual waves to assist in achieving that which is each's purpose. When the soul decides to embrace a physical form, there are those energies that move into place and undertake the role of guardian or support. Within this role, they choose to be with that soul in a variety of ways. There are some who will be with that soul for their entire physical incarnation, and others who will come forward at specific times to provide specialized assistance. First, you must remember that even guardian angels cannot interfere with your life without your request for help, unless you are in mortal danger and that is not your path. So only in extreme situations can your guardians kind of really like forcefully step in and try to, help you kind of not go down a path or protect you. Other than that, you need to ask for their help, their guidance, or assistance. Connecting with angels and seeking their help and guidance was purposely designed to be easily achieved. Simply the thought of requesting them to help or become more present in your conscious awareness is all it takes to open up multiple lines of communication. You already know the most usual signs that they are with you and assisting or providing comfort and guidance. These being sparkling lights, feathers, repetitive thoughts or numbers, songs or words, pleasant or distinctive scents, coins in unusual places, and even unexpected encounters with animal, birds, butterflies. Dragonflies are a really, really common one. Hummingbirds, they like to use hummingbirds too. There, of course, are many more, as your angels will choose ways to communicate that are best suited to you and your awareness. And they are infinitely more creative than you and have been by your side since the beginning of this incarnation. They know you well and know that if, for example, you are hopeless at noticing smells, but brilliant at recognizing shooting stars, they will utilize those signals that will provide the most likely connection. Once you have recognized their presence in your life, achieving a closer connection is as simple as asking and then being attentive to their reply. You have at your disposal all the wisdom and direction available. Remember, if it has been created, you have access to it. When creating your soul print, you set in place angels that were tasked with the role of coming forward at specific events. There are increases of angelic energy available to you when you feel there is a need or desire. Often, you will draw those energies closer to you when you are encountering a new experience. Getting married, perhaps a higher education, acquiring a new skill. The arrival of a child will most often bring into place angels that open the lines of communications with the angels of the child, providing a clear and clean vibration so that parents' instinct is activated and that connection utilized to provide and create an awareness of that soul. You can draw to you additional angels to assist you in healing or recovering from trauma. You can ask for and instantly receive angelic support for any number of situations. Perhaps help with finding the best service provider for you, looking for a massage therapist, a hairstyle, a healer, assistance to ease fear of driving after a car accident, direction in the best suited diet or exercise program for you. You can ask for help in finding a lost object or clarity to assist in resolving a problem. If you feel the need, there will be an angel or angels available and happy to provide loving energy and assistance to you. You have only to ask and accept. You can, of course, ask for and receive help from all of the archangels, protection from Michael, healing from Raphael, communication with Gabriel. Each of the archangels are available continually to help. You are encouraged to learn about these majestic and powerful beings. Each has their own vibration and area of specialty. Learn about the colors and crystals that can assist you in connecting with them. Ascended masters can just as easily be accessed. The simplest way to ask for help is simply to ask for help. Quiet the mind, slow your breathing, and with clear intention, ask what you are looking for. Then pay attention, and you will receive guidance from them. You can ask that they help you recognize their communication with you. You may feel a tingle or a temperature change, or start to become aware of repetitive thoughts or signals. Answers can come in any number of directions. So pay attention and understand that you still need to do the work and that you always have the choice of free will. As angels and their popularity have increased, there are endless ways of connecting with these amazing messengers of God. Remember, they are always available and desirous to help. You should always remember that your life journey was always meant to be a light-filled and loving experience, and that you have at your disposal all the help, assistance, support, and guidance that you need or want. It really becomes a matter of whether you trust the information being sent to you and are willing to believe the assistance offered. These messages always come from a place of love and light and have your highest good and intentions guiding them. Having said that, a cautionary word. It is important that when opening up communication, that you have protection in place. And this can be accomplished easily by setting the intention for protection from all lower energy forms or attempts at psychic attack. Be mindful of the possibility of lower energy becoming attracted to your light and attempting to gain traction and energy from your light. Messages that encourage harm or hurt, one that doesn't feel right or out of balance, which suggests an attempt to control another or take what is not for you, should always be stopped. Send these lower energies to the light for transmutation or back to their point of origin and immediately invoke your shield of protection. The loving energy of your angels, archangels, ascended masters is with you and available to you in every possible way at all times. You are a light-filled child of your Creator, and they are too. It is their honor and highest desire to be of help and assistance to you and yours. You are on a journey of your desire and creation, and you are never alone. Embrace the love that you are offered and given. So, sometimes it seems that one of the biggest challenges in communicating with any energy, sort of beyond our sort of physical reality. So whether you're talking about your guardian angels or ascended masters, archangels, even spirit animals and guides, is that we tend to like second guess the information we get. So let's say, for example, you say to your angels, if I am on the right path or I am on the right track, please send me a sign or a signal. And then a day or 2 or 3 later, you have a hummingbird flying around and flying around. You've never seen the hummingbird before, but there it is, and it's kind of in your face, and it's not going to go away. You need to understand and accept that the hummingbird was your answer. That was the message. Sometimes you can be in a meditation and receive an information or an answer or guidance, and invariably, if it's good news, we reject it. We're scared that that isn't accurate. We didn't hear right. We didn't get the message properly. And it's sort of a crazy irony that if the message is bad news, we always believe it right away. It's just sort of one of the bizarre sort of dichotomies, I guess, of being human. So I'm just going to take a moment and I'm going to again reach out to Spirit and ask Mercedes if they have anything else that they would like to offer or shed light on with regards to communicating with those angels and beings that surround each and every one of us. Greetings, divine children of God. We are as you are. We simply are not currently in physical form. Perhaps understanding that at your root, at your base, at your very essence, you are all angels of God. And as has been previously discussed, in between your physical lifetimes, you very often are actually guardian angels or helpers to those who are on earth at this moment, or in physical form in any dimension. It is simply being attentive to not only your own thoughts, feelings, reactions, but that which goes on around you that allows you to make that connection. And once you sort of start recognizing the connection, it becomes much easier to sort of trust and realize and recognize when you really are in communication with those higher energy beings. And in many ways, it's not really necessarily higher as much as it is lighter, because we in energy form, of course, are not restricted by the physical limitations of any physical reality. Very often, messages are given sort of at your most opened. Maybe you may get messages right before you fall asleep, or first thing in the morning as you're still sort of waking up and coming back to your real-time reality. Very often, we send messages through other people or other situations. For example, you may have a question and then receive an answer from another person, or some physical thing that will come into your path for you to see. One of the most common ways that messages are communicated to people who are still working to achieve that tighter and closer connection is that angels will use other people to give you answers. So maybe you're pondering an idea or a thought, and maybe somebody of your acquaintance says, "Oh, I just read an article about, or I just saw," or like that. Or maybe you will hear something through your electronic means, television, radio, computers. Information will come to you that you were searching for or looking for. Perhaps there's information that comes to you by way of your physical sensations that allows you to recognize that you are now connected to those vibrational beings. Maybe you get a chill, a tingle. Those kinds of messages must be recognized. And the way to recognize them and amplify them is to pay attention. Your angels not only know you very, very well, but they also have a fair understanding of what will resonate with you, so that they try and tailor their communications with that which you will be responsive to. So, for example, let's say that when you call upon your angels and they come close, maybe you get a tingle. So then what you would say to them is, "I recognize that symbol. Please continue to send me that signal when it is appropriate so that I know that you are nearby and communication can begin." Secondly, you need to learn to trust the answers that you receive. Now, very often, angels are by your side when you are transitioning to a new event or situation in your life. And humans want to have a full-on blueprint. Typically you don't want to take one step until you have clarity about the destination. But in reality, that cannot be given because we cannot give you so much information that it actually impacts your free will and your choice. So the way that information is passed on is almost like a step-by-step process. So you may have real clarity about, this is what I want to achieve, and you are given the first step. But because you can't see the end result step by step, you become reluctant to take the first step because you don't know where the second step is. It is important to learn to live with that sense of trust that you can count on your angels to guide you, even though sometimes the guidance kind of maybe doesn't make sense right in that moment. The angels have access to the bigger picture. They understand that which you are trying to achieve. They cannot achieve it for you, but they certainly can be there to assist and guide. Meditation or quiet time is also a really great way to connect because you are simply more open to receiving. And this would include active meditation such as exercising, gardening, washing the dishes. It's amazing how many angels talk to you when you're washing the dishes and doing the laundry, believe it or not, because your mind is sort of engaged on something, but it's routine. And so that leaves a space open for the messages to get through to you. In many ways, having successful communication with angels is a leap of faith. It is believing that the thought or the message really does come from a place other than you. As you work more and more with angelic beings, you will begin to recognize sort of their signature. And that will continue to give you confidence that the messages you are receiving are accurate and from the source and place that you wish to receive them from. It is simply a process, but you may find it helpful to remember we are all the same. We are all created from the same source. So they are not some far off mystical being that is elevated far beyond you and it is not for you to connect with. In fact, the exact opposite is true. They are very close to you. They are always around you. And it is their highest desire, privilege, and honor to have the ability to communicate clearly with you. So, like all things, a lot of it comes down to practice, trust, and simply paying attention. Sometimes the things we hear, while they may not make sense, are the path. How many of you have had the experience where an event has taken place and you had that feeling that you should do something, say something, or not? You have had a feeling of the right direction and you chose to ignore that intuition, that voice, that understanding. And in hindsight, you look back and you say, I really should have listened to my gut. I knew that was not going to be a good choice or that was going to be a great choice. And because I didn't follow that energy, that feeling, I find now that I am in a very different place or situation than I had hoped to be. We are all one and the same. And so communicating with us can truly become as easy and comfortable as communicating with a physical being in your reality. In time, with the help of the lighter vibration that is moving into place on the planet, on your planet, and the thinning of the veil, you are going to find that that communication becomes much easier and much more clear. You may also use metaphysical tools. Perhaps you want to use a pendulum to have that communication. Perhaps you want to use oracle or tarot cards. Perhaps you want to use color or sound to receive those messages and the repetitiveness of them. It is also true, as a final note, that very, very often you will receive that message 1, 2, 3 times, so that you gain confidence and comfort from the fact that it is not some internal dialogue that is expressing itself, because the message, the insight, the guidance continues to repeat. And again, you always have the free will to accept or ignore. And angelic beings simply must stand by your side and assist. That is their job, their function, and their highest honor. Always remember, when you are not in physical form, you too are angels of the divine. We are not so different. We are simply in this moment in time not in physical form as you are. We trust and hope that this information will give you a starting point, or perhaps expand the knowledge and understanding that you already have. The divine and angelic beings were put into place specifically to guide, help, comfort, and support. Make use of them. Bring them into your life. Ask them for help. Ask them for guidance. And be still. And you will hear and receive your answer. We remain at this time Masudius. I hope that was helpful. Until next time, which is going to be my 101st Insights video. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for your support, the donations, the thumbs up, the comment, all of it goes a long way to ensuring that the message of Soulprint Insights circulates to a wider and broader audience. So I thank you very, very much for the privilege that you have given me in allowing me to come into your life and share some of the knowledge that is out there to be passed on. If you are looking for a private reading, there is information in the box below. It is an email address. Simply send me an email and I will forward to you the information that you need to know so that we can set that up. For now, stand in your strength and stand in your light. Bye-bye.